It's a little scary riding your new electric bike for the first time, and for new e-bike riders, possibly the second, third, or 15th time. A motor-powered e-bike can bring an amazing amount of joy, but there are important things you should know before heading off to ride. So, as a new e-bike rider, make sure to follow these 5 must-know tips for new electric bike owners. I'll even share my own little accident as a new e-bike rider. I'm Lisa from eBiking Today. Please support this channel by hitting subscribe and like so that I can continue to bring you more helpful info on electric biking. The number 1 must-know tip for new electric bike owners: practice riding before you plan your first big ride. You'll discover there are quite a few new things to learn as a new electric bike rider. Don't be that person who takes off thinking you know it all, only to find yourself injured, like celebrity Simon Cowell, or your new e-bike damaged. And I'm not gonna lie, my first e-bike is a little scratched up. Instead, take the time to test out all of the features. First, make sure your bike seat is at the correct height. Generally speaking, when sitting on the seat, your feet should barely reach the ground. The top pads of your feet can touch. Also, when your foot is on the lowest point of the pedal rotation, your knee should only have a slight bend to it. This is so you don't end up hurting your knees. However, while you learn to ride, you can keep your seat low enough to be able to put your feet almost flat on the ground. Just make sure to increase the seat height once you're comfortable with the bike. Now, pick a safe, flat location for your first ride, or one with a very gentle slope. This is somewhere with zero traffic and no obstacles in the way. Then, start riding on pedal assist level 1 until you feel comfortable to move to the next level. But do avoid using your throttle until you've mastered pedal assist and watched the rest of this video. Number 2, brake sooner. Your new e-bike is likely much heavier and faster than your old regular bicycle. Thus, it'll take longer to stop, especially if you're heading downhill. Getting a feel for your brakes is something you should do while you practice riding, as we just discussed. Make sure to use both hand brakes at the same time, pulling the levers slowly so that both tires work together to stop the bike. You can also start braking the rear wheel slowly with your right hand and then add the left hand brake. What you don't want to do is brake starting with the front wheel or left hand, as you can throw yourself off the e-bike if you stop too quickly. Number 3 of the must-know tips for a new electric bike rider: how to use the throttle. Whether you have a thumb throttle or a twist throttle on your new electric bike, you should practice using it. Slowly depress or turn it to get a feel for how quickly you'll move forward. Like e-bikes in general, some throttles will start off faster or are more powerful than others. There are times when I use my throttle strategically. One is when I want to get across the street fast, especially at an intersection, and the other is to get my e-bike moving when I'm starting out on an incline. I can honestly say that sometimes I can't get started by pedaling at all, and a throttle is the only thing that can get me going. Number 4, use your gears. Downshifting your gears to a lower gear will not only make it easier to pedal and protect your knees, it'll preserve battery life. Thus, your battery will let you ride farther on each ride and last longer overall. By shifting gears down, you'll find that getting up a hill becomes more manageable without the use of more motor power. So you can save your battery charge for later when you're tired and on your way home. Downshifting also becomes helpful when you're riding a longer, sustained incline. Some other good advice? Plan shifting in advance, especially if it's a steep grade. Number 5, watch your turns. Once again, the weight and style of your electric bike come into play. A heavy e-bike will change the way you manage turns. And wider tires may make it harder to turn sharply, especially if you have a fat tire e-bike. There's no shame in admitting that I crashed my bike when I was a new e-bike rider, right? Yep, I hit a curb because I didn't make a turn in time. I hope you'll take my advice and follow these 5 must-know tips for new electric bike owners. Thanks for watching.